Well, this would have been I'm up to. I think I got the tractor pretty much kind of fixed, kind of. I'm gonna get 3 more injectors. This is a John Deere 830, 1974 or 75 tractor. I don't know exactly, but I got 2 of these. One of them's still in parts. I need a clutch for it, but I done rebuilt the motor. But this one is a little different than the other one. The injection pump on it's different. This is actually a Delphi, and the other one's a Bosch, I think. But it had a miss in it, so I went to Dollar General and got some at Chem B12, put in the gas tank. I lost the top to that thing, and I tried to find a gas cap for that thing. I bought about 10 and every one of them didn't fit it. But you gotta take the cap off there to get the hood off. But it's simple, take the hood off. 2 little latches right there hold it, and a bolt here and a bolt there. But here's the injector, and the bottom end injector, I take a piece of wire and run it through there. It's got 4 little nozzles on it. You get a set of them for right at about 80 bucks for 3 little injectors. And I'm gonna put them on there, but they're a bitch to get out. I took and it tried to get it out, and wiggled and wiggled and wiggled and wiggled, trying to get them out. They just go in there and this old bolt holds them, and they slide all the way down through the head. It's called a pencil injector. So from here all the way down to pretty much that little tip down there, this is the only thing that sticks outside the head. That little bit. I already got a head out in the shop already off. Took this one, well actually this one out of it, and cleaned it. It's got a little rod and iron spring and a little I don't know, a little, it's got sets tension on it, and I didn't know what the tension was, so I set it up to this one. I ain't got the little injector thing. You put it on there. It's kind of like a brake master cylinder, and you pump it, and it's got a gauge on it. Tells you how much pressure it is. So I'm gonna just buy 3 to get 3 of them. It's already set, and like I said, they're only like $70–80, but they're not from John Deere. But I've read reviews on them. It said they work pretty good. But so this one's been out. It'll be easy to get out. These 2 here, I had to rig up a pry ball and a couple zip ties and pry on it. And what I done is took the bolt out of it and crunk it up and let it sit there and run, and finally it started moving up and down. The compression of it pushing it out, and the heat expanding around it, and it started to get loose. So that's how I got this one out. I had to replace this hose. But thank God it ain't the injection pump. They want $2,500 for that. The injection pump is $2,500, and that's rebuilt that I've seen. You might could get it cheaper than that, but what I'd seen on that from a quick search was $2,500, and hell, I might as well just take the 820 motor that I already rebuilt and stick it over on here. But it seems to be running okay now that I've done that. It's got a little bit of a miss when you crank it up, but it goes away. You can tell it's firing out of these now. This one was dead cold. You'd have to let it run for like 20 minutes before it would build any heat, and it's built some heat now. It feels pretty much identical. This one feels a little warmer than these, but you take the exhaust coming through here helps heat this one too. But anyways, that's what I've been messing with. This I've been messing with the last 3 or 4 days, cleaning it up to where I get down there, it gets so damn dirty. Still needs a little bit of cleaning up. Adjusted the valves on it. I've redone it. This alternator, it's a 1-wire alternator, self-exciting. Put a new fuel pump on it, new filter. I thought that might be hit, but it wasn't. Had to redo that starter right there. I done that. I took that off the other tractor. The only thing wrong with the other one is the solenoid, and that's the reason this solenoid's here. I took and went directly from this solenoid down to here to the starter and kind of done away with this solenoid. Went from here up to here and then hooked the switch up to, it cranks it from here. So this solenoid was out, and I take that off now. But do a little cleanup. That's where I had the valve come off, just in the valves, and then I crunk it up and let it run. It was putting a little bit of oil there, and that splattered down. But I don't know, like I got a tire leaking down a little bit. But I've been mowing all this yard. I gotta get my Camaro back out. Gotta get my Toyota truck back out. I ain't had time to do nothing. Need to fix the Tahoe yonder. I got a Cobalt back there I got to put a motor in, which I got the motor. This is my C10 truck. That's the motor in it. I got me some headers from Schofield that wrap over. You got plenty of room down on the sides out of run mufflers. That's a 383 stroke of that. It's running. I gotta hook everything up. It's been years since I hooked it up. But this was on a motor stand in the shop running. I used to have a video of it a while back running, but it was just temporary there, just to run the water pump as it was going. I made that little standoff so the water pump would turn while I was running on the motor stand. I got to replace brakes and probably brake lines, and I got some drop spindles and springs I got to put on it. Ball joints, pretty sure. The tire just sits along, it's in dry rot, it came off there. I pulled it over here. The stuff up underneath the hood's going. Needs to be used that, put there. This hood come off another truck, off a GMC, I think. Yeah. The hood that was on it, the wind got a hold up underneath it and yanked it off. It tore up a bunch of stuff around here. It messed up that tree. This yard used to be plumb full of trees. But this is all the yard I have to mow. This is shop. Toyota truck got to put back together. It's the hood on it's messed up. But I got a Holly-O on it. Got MSD box on it to run it. It's been sitting out here forever. There's a bee's nest over. It runs. Tie the hood back down for the wind. I got a hold to it too. It got it up. I'm about to see if I can get that where that'll raise. This was my uncle's little truck. And my nephew wrecked it, and after he wrecked it, it was hard to find fenders. You get four-wheel drive stuff for it, but you can't get two-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive will work, but it flares out real bad. You have to have the four-wheel drive bumper and all that shit on it. But when my nephew hit the car, it hit that side here, which don't look like it now because I got a friend of mine to repaint all this. And I've put new inner fender wells. These fenders, that hood I bought used, that bumper was used. It's all to pieces. I'm gonna get another one. Might get a friend of mine does body work to fix it. But hell, the tires on it was new when I let it set, and they done went away. There's a Tahoe that Amy wrecked. Here's where that tree was. That's where the other tree is. There's the house. The pumpkins. Watermelon, pumpkin. Another one right there. I've killed. This is voluntary. This, I don't know how this came about, but it came up. And that's the reason I hadn't mowed around it. And this is another one. I don't know why I hadn't mowed over top of it. It ain't like it's going to make a watermelon. The little garden we had didn't do a whole lot. She got more cucumbers off it than anything. Oh, got some ripe tomatoes. Huh. That's a tomato sandwich tomorrow. There's two. That's three. Got another little one coming in for long. Man, that smells good. Look at the little hummingbirds. I put a hummingbird feed up out so you can see it out the kitchen window. Amy. I sit out here on this stump and they'll come to you. Or they'll come to this. You sit right here and see them. That thing gets air and it won't come through. But yeah, that's what I've been doing besides working on the 16 peel. That's what I've been working on for about the last 4 or 5 days straight on that. Playing with Nova, of course. That's a given. You gonna play with her 2 or 3 times a day. Speak. Yeah. Sit. 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 Speak. How's I gotta get that up. Tractor seat, I just took it off 2 days ago, put a new one on a tractor. Amy bought me one. To put on the tractor. But yep. Alright then. You have a good day. I'm gonna get back quiet. Go in here and show Amy these tomatoes. Later.